I have decided just to go right ahead and preview the Baylor versus Kansas football game right here, which will be played on November 30th at 11 a.m. Central Time on ESPN2. And as of this recording, Baylor's up favored by 1 point, and I might as well just get it over with because that way y'all could move on from this and after y'all watch, and I'll put the outlook on Kansas in the description below. And Kansas 5-6, as we all know. They have 5 one-possession losses out of 6. Just imagine how much better Kansas would be right now. They would have been bowl eligible. And they're on a hot streak. They have won against 3 ranked opponents in a row. I would state pretty convincingly. I know that game was only a 9-point game, but it's a lot further apart than that. And let's just be honest about that. Another thing. They did defeat BYU at night, and that's not an easy place to play, especially at night. And they're coming off of a 2-possession win against Colorado, and they have created chaos in this Big 12 here. So, yeah, they have to win this game in order to make a bowl, and Baylor's won 5 straight games despite a 2-4 start, and including an ugly game last week against Houston, 20-10. But you know, there's going to be games like that are ugly and low scoring, and they find a way to win. So, and this is Jeff Grimes' first time coming back to Waco since he got fired from Baylor as the offensive coordinator and tight ends coach. And his son is actually the long snapper for Baylor, while his other son is at Kansas. So it's a Grimes reunion game. So, you know, it makes it very interesting with a lot of some interesting dynamics. And Jeff Grimes going against his former boss. And I'll put the outlook on Kansas football in the description below so y'all can see it. And I'm just going to go over the team statistics and just certain individual players to keep an eye on. And y'all can read the stats. Just to make things faster. They do run a ride zone offense, as we all know. It's Jeff Grimes. And that's what Lance Leipold has done in his coaching career too offensively. Because Andy Kotelnicki, the Penn State offensive coordinator, was at Kansas, and he's been following him for a while if you look at the history. They do average 30.82 points per game, 212.2 rushing yards per game, 202.27 passing yards per game, 240 first downs, 70 for 137 on third down, 10 for 14 on fourth down. And I apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. 43 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 10 interceptions, 4 fumbles, 24 pass breakups, 3 quarterback hurries. They have allowed a safety, time possession, 31 minutes, 42 seconds, and an average too deep on the offensive line is 314 pounds. But I will say, their starting right tackle from last game, Logan Brown, did get hurt. And he's not likely to play. So they moved their left tackle to right tackle. And another thing, Kansas does have a running back that's no longer with the team as of right now. And I'm not going to even mention his name. Y'all know who it is when you look in the description below. And it's a notable guy. But it's not like the best running back, but he's like the second best. Yeah, he's like the starting right tackle is doubtful for this game, so the starting left tackle moved to right tackle, and now it's Kevin Clements. He played left tackle last game, and we'll see if that's going to be their game plan. I'm just making a note because Lance Leipold did say that in the press conference of those few things right now. So, obviously, the starting quarterback's Jalen Daniels. Yeah, he's healthy this year. He's just not been great. I mean, he was not good early on, but he's been better, as you could tell. And he's still, he's number 6 foot, 220 pound quarterback that's a junior. And we played him his true freshman year in 2020. I mean, that's just a ton of truth. Their best running back by far And he was a bell cow last week when you look at the numbers. In terms of receiving and rushing attempts is Devin Neal. Number 4, 5'11" inch, 215-pound running back that is a senior. Yeah, the next guy up running back would be Savion Morrison, number 28. 6 foot, 215-pound running back that's a junior. And that's pretty much it on terms of running backs. And they will run Jane Daniels, as we all know. Now, wide receiver wise, what are some dudes to keep an eye on? Luke Grimm, number 11. 6 foot, 190-pound wide receiver as a senior. Don't be shocked if he does run the ball a little bit. Don't be. And it's Quentin Skinner, number 0, 6 foot 5 inch, 295-pound wide receiver as a senior. Lawrence Arnold, number 2, 6 foot 3 inch, 205-pound wide receiver as a senior. There's Jared Casey, number 47, 6 foot, 245-pound tight end as a senior. There's Trevor Cardell, number 45, 6 foot 5 inch, 250-pound tight end as a senior. And one other guy I'm going to mention is Trevor Wilson, number 7, 5 foot 11 inch, 195-pound wide receiver as a senior. Now, defensively, they're worse than Houston than a week ago. I'm just being brutally honest when you look at the numbers. They do run a 4-3 defense. They allowed 24.27 points per game, 223 first downs, 140.8 rushing yards per game allowed, 232.64 passing yards per game allowed, 54 for 135 on third down, 11 for 19 on fourth down, 66 tackles for loss, 25 sacks, 12 interceptions, 5 fumbles, 39 pass breakups, 22 quarterback hurries. They blocked 2 kicks this year, 28 minutes, 18 seconds time possession. Average 2 deep on the defensive lines, 274.37 pounds. Just for both defensive tackle spots is 303.75 pounds, and defensive end is 245 pounds. Now, what are some guys to keep an eye on for Kansas? L.B. Brown, number 1, 6 foot 2 inch, 230-pound linebacker as a senior. Cornell Wheeler, number 44, 6 foot, 235-pound linebacker as a senior. O.J. Burrows, number 5, 5 foot 10 inch, 185-pound safety that's a senior. There's Marvin Grant, number 4, 6 foot 2 inch, 210-pound safety that's a senior. There's Mello Dotson, number 3, 6 foot 1 inch, 209-pound CB, that's a senior. He does have 5 interceptions, and Kobe Bryant does have 4 interceptions as well. Number 2, 6 foot, 175-pound CB, that's a senior. So they do have 2 guys that have 4 more interceptions this year. So just let you know. There's Dean Miller, number 45, 6 foot 5 inch, 235-pound defensive end as a junior. Taylor Davis, number 27, 6 foot, 195-pound safety as a freshman. Taiwan Berryhill, number 6, 6 foot 2 inch, 230-pound linebacker as a senior. There's Dylan Woodkey, WUDKE. Apologize if I butchered that. Number 95, 6 foot 4 inch, 295-pound defensive tackle that is a freshman. There's Jerome Robinson, number 90, 6 foot 3 inch, 255-pound defensive end as a senior. There's Blake Harold, number 94, 6 foot 3 inch, 295-pound defensive tackle as a freshman. There's Caleb Traylor, number 53, 6 foot 4 inch, 315-pound defensive lineman as a senior. There's DJ Withers, number 52, 6 foot 4 inch, 295-pound defensive lineman as a junior. And Tommy Dunn Jr. is number 92, 6 foot 3 inch, 310-pound defensive lineman as a junior. There's Jalen Dye, number 14, 6 foot, 195-pound safety as a junior. Same thing as for Devin Dye, number 11, same height and weight, and as a junior as well, same position as a safety. There's Jason Gilliam, number 10, 6 foot 2 inch, 225-pound linebacker as a junior. Now from here, I'm only going to concentrate on like defensive ends / defensive linemen, defensive tackles as well, just to make things quicker. Job number 46, 6 foot 4 inch, 240-pound defensive end as a freshman. There's Keenan Caldwell, number 97, 6 foot 3 inch, 330-pound defensive tackle as a junior. Ronald McGee, number 99, 6 foot 3 inch, 285-pound defensive lineman as a senior. And I know I'm mentioning some other guys that are like depth pieces, but They have to rotate. They do rotate guys. And the last one I'm going to mention, I know he's not hardly played, is Marcus Calvin, number 56, 6'2" 300-pound defensive lineman as a freshman. The punter is Eamon Greaves, number 24, 6'1", 185-pound punter as a sophomore. He did not punt last game at all. And no more kicker is Tabor Allen, number 40, 6'1", 200-pound kicker as a senior. Across the board, Kansas is going to throw haymakers. As in, they have nothing to lose except to not make a bowl game. They're going to play desperate. I already know, and you got to play desperate too. I mean, you want to win on senior day, unlike a year ago. Or even the year before that. Because remember, in 2022, we did lose to TCU on the game-winning field goal. And that really hurt. That game is painful to remember, but you get the point. You want to win on senior day for your seniors. You got to keep your composure. And I don't care about the officiating in this game. Sure, it might be questionable, but you got to move on to the next play and make plays to win. Ultimately. You got to do a good job on penalties and all this. And if Kansas commits penalties, on selling them, obviously. And especially don't get penalties on third down. I mean, or even like offsetting like unsportsmanlike conduct and all that. And this is literally the best 5-6 football team in the country. I'm just saying that right now. It's just my honest opinion. 5-1 possession losses. Just imagine they could be in the Big 12 title race right now. Just imagine if they're a bowl game team. Yeah, I know. You got to make adjustments on the fly, not just from first half to second half, not the quarter, but throughout the quarters. And you can't be intimidated by the Kansas players. I mean, and if there are some Kansas fans in this game, take them out of the game as much as possible. Get your own fan base going. And fire them up. Special teams wise, I'm going to just make things quick. Don't have special teams blunders. Don't allow big returns on kickoffs or punts. And obviously, if you could force turnovers on either one of those, that would really be helpful. And like blocking a field goal, blocking a punt, as long as you don't commit a penalty. You got to do a good job on blocking on your field goals. Same thing goes for extra points and punting. I mean, and if you have big returns and even score some touchdowns, good. But I'm just saying, don't commit special teams blunders and make your field goals, make your extra points. It may come down to it. I'm just saying that right now. Now, on defense, you got to make Kansas throw the ball more than they run it. As in, stop the run. Contain Jalen Daniels. You may need to put a spy on him in this game. I mean, if you could just do a good job against the run, which the run defense has not been the problem for Baylor. It's the pass defense, but the pass defense did better last week. Look at all those picks. And I know Houston's not like some amazing offense. In fact, they're trash. Just being honest here. And not to disrespect Houston's offense. It's just, it is the truth. If you got to make plays on the ball. I mean, whether it's like forcing a fumble, getting interceptions, create havoc plays, getting behind the chains. And they will go for it on fourth down and get some fourth down stops and make them go for like third and long. And on a defense, on third down, you got to come up with stops on third down. And do not commit penalties. And prevent big plays, whether it's on the ground or through the air. You got to be a good job in pass coverage and make things difficult as much as possible without committing a penalty. Now, offensively, I hope we can run the ball better than we did last week. And I think it's going to happen here. They're going to make some adjustments from last week to this week. And take care of the ball a lot better than you did a week ago. And another thing across the board, what you did well last game, bring it into this game. What you did wrong last game, you got to correct for this game. And another thing on defense, you got to tackle good in this game and don't allow like yards after contact, yards after catch. I mean, as much as possible. Now on offense, obviously you want to get some yards after the catch, yards off of contact. You got to make those 50-50 ball catches. I mean, I'm just saying. You got to have your playmaker step up on the outside. The offensive line needs to step up. They did allow a few sacks last game, and hopefully they don't allow as many. And those were like communication deals, and hopefully they communicate better going to this game. Don't be behind the chains. Get some manageable third downs. And Sawyer needs to be a better job on protecting the football. Here I'm just saying. And you got to get some points on turnovers, which you want to force turnovers on defense and limit the points on turnovers by Kansas as much as possible. I mean, it's just telling the truth. And another thing on offense is like the blocking from the wide receivers on running the ball needs to be good, and same thing goes for tight ends. And I would expect Kansas might run some trick plays on offense. They got to be prepared for that as well. So, and I'm going to just say this, and this is the last thing I'm going to mention. Baylor has not lost to Kansas since 2007. They haven't. Kansas has not won in Waco. Ever. That's just two quick facts. And let's go out there, give our best shot, and hopefully we play better. Baylor plays better than a week ago. They need to play better than a week ago, and I'm sure Coach Aranda and the staff know this, and they're telling the players right now, even after that last game. They're not, and let's go out there and protect home field one more time. Because, seriously, let's try to end this regular season with 8 wins. And that's something that the fan base did not even think about what was going to even happen when they were 2-4. But the players, some of them thought they could do it once they got the Texas Tech win. And let's try to finish Kansas' season with a loss to make them not go to a bowl game. Let's go out there. Show them who's boss. And go out there and play hard and everything. And one thing on defense, give Jalen Daniels headaches. As in like, oh no, I'm going to the ground again. And give him a good clean hit. I'm not saying give him hurt, but give him a good clean hit. Same thing goes for Devin Neal. I'm not saying getting him hurt. I'm not. I'm just saying you need to slow them down, and don't let them get don't let Kansas get comfortable at all on either side of the ball here. That's all I gotta say about this game. Let's see what happens in this game right here in Waco, and let's go to work, Baylor. And time to protect home field and do this for the seniors, because seriously, they have not won on Senior Day in a few years. It's about time to do that. Let's go. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 7 subscribers. Course ultimate goal. It's 1,000 more and more. Some more money after this course. Like a video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well. So more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.